Winter had settled harshly over Sommerlund, and with it came a restlessness the Kai had not felt in years. For months, rangers along the Fryelund border had reported disturbances they could not explain, silences too deep for a living forest, frost patterns that twisted against the wind, and sudden waves of emotion that left even seasoned trackers shaken. No Dark Lord forces had been sighted since the fall of Helgadad, yet something in the southern woods had begun to stir. When the reports grew more frequent, Master Almar summoned one of the Kai's youngest warmarn to investigate. Her name was Dawn Whisper. Dawn crossed the cloister at a brisk pace, the bite of the winter air sharpening her thoughts. She remembered little of the dreams that had woken her before dawn, only fragments. Motion where there should have been none. Snow shifting without touch. A whisper rising from the ground. And the feeling of being watched, studied. Her fingers brushed the sun disk pendant beneath her tunic. It was warm, not with the fading heat of sleep, but with a steady, gentle pulse. She drew a slow breath, letting the cold steady her. As she passed beneath the dawn spire, a single wind bell chimed faintly overhead. The bell seldom rang in still weather. Today its tone sounded brittle, as though the air itself resisted it. Dawn paused, listening, then touched the old Kai oath carved into the stone. Walk with courage. See with clarity. Dawn crossed the final archway and saw Master Almar waiting. Even from a distance, she could tell something was wrong. "You came quickly," he said. "I sensed it was urgent." Almar's gaze drifted briefly to her pendant, then toward the forest beyond the walls. Fryelund is stirring. 3 ranger patrols have failed to return from the northern marches. Their tokens were all that remained. The scorch marks were precise, measured, not the chaos of flame. Dawn touched one with a gloved fingertip. The wood crumbled slightly, brittle from whatever heat had shaped it. "Not fire," she murmured. "No," Almar said softly. "Something quicker." "This looks like testing," Dawn said, "not destruction." From the window, Fryelund lay vast and silent beneath the winter sky. On most mornings, the treetops would sway faintly in the wind. Today, they stood rigid, as though listening. Dawn felt her pendant give a faint pulse against her chest. Then she saw them, small blue lights drifting between the branches. They moved with slow, deliberate grace, looping, pausing, splitting and merging again. They looked like embers carried on a steady breeze, except the air was still. Without warning, every light blinked out. The forest returned to silence. Dawn turned from the window. Master Almar was waiting. He did not ask what she had seen. "Do not pursue the lights," he said. "Observe. Listen. If Fryelund resists you, withdraw." Dawn inclined her head. "And if it does not?" Almar's expression tightened. "Then you will learn why it stirs." Dawn left the monastery soon after. The stone paths were empty, the bells silent once more. Frost creaked beneath her boots as she passed through the outer gate. Behind her, the Kai monastery stood unmoving. Ahead, Fryelund waited. As she descended toward Fryelund's edge, the world grew quieter with every step. At the boundary, she paused. 3 paths lay before her. The forest did not stir. It did not welcome her. It did not resist her. It was aware. For a heartbeat, the world held still. not silent, listening. Dawn rested her hand on her blade and stepped forward. Snow closed over her boots with a soft sigh. The forest received her in silence.